Welcome back, everybody, to Joe's Bibles. This is Joe, and today we are going to talk about the ESV Omega in the Horween edition. This is my favorite text block of all time, and now I think this is my favorite edition of all time. Now, I'm not going to say this is the one because I've mentioned a couple of the ones already on this channel, but I do think this is as close as I'll get to the one. And so, let's talk about today. We are going to extol the virtues of the ESV Horween Omega from Crossway. So let me walk you through what this looks like, and then I'm going to tell you all of the features that I like and what makes this really close to the one, or probably the one. We'll see what I'm doing there? Kind of going back and forth. Maybe the one, or maybe it isn't, but I'm leaning towards this being the one. So let me unpack all of the features and what this looks like and go over the specs, both the outside and the inside. When you get this Bible, it'll come in this nice, handy, and hardy two-piece box. Let me open it for you. And it has this nice velvety cloth to protect your Bible. Comes with a pledge. That's my receipt under there. Okay, so now let's get to the Bible. So when you get this, it comes in this beautiful brown Horween leather. I don't know if you can see that. Mine has a little bit of some scratches and everything because I've been using this since March 1st. This is the spine. You can see there's no gold lettering or gold stamping on the spine. It's all blind stamping. Holy Bible, ESV, English Standard Version, and then the Crossway logo. Really simple, really understated cover or leather binding here, or Horween binding. Really understated, really simple, and you know what? I love that. Now, this is what makes, I think for me anyway, this is what makes this one of my favorite text blocks, possibly the best, is the form factor. This is 10 inches or a little bit under 10 inches this way, 6.5 inches this way, and then just a little bit 1 inch, just a little over an inch thick, which I love. So this form factor in this size fits into my backpack in and out, no problem. It's just a perfect fit, easy to carry, and it becomes a really great EDC Bible. You can see I've been really babying this, so you're not seeing a lot of the scratches or the patina that comes with the Horween as some people might have on theirs already. But this one has no patina, or not a lot of patina, or not a lot of scratching, because I've been babying it. It has perimeter stitching all around the edging, all around the edges. See, the back has some scratches, but not a whole lot. The reason why it has a little bit of that texture that you're seeing there, it's because I've been putting this in a case, and the case has some foaming cushion, like little circles, and that's what you're seeing there, some imprints from those circles. Okay, so that's the cover. When you open it, you can see it's edge-lined. The fold over here, not a whole lot of fold over. The corner work I'm not crazy about because they you can see that they cut the corners. Not crazy about that, but I'll live with it. The inside liner is, I believe this is leather. It doesn't feel synthetic. It has 4 ribbons, and you can't see it there. It's tucked, so 2 ribbons that are stacked on top of each other. But it does have 4 ribbons. You've got brown, black, cream, and then a lighter brown. These are not great ribbons. Crossway has got to make better ribbons. So here we have the table of contents and the publication page. This is the 2016 edition. This is printed in the Netherlands. I don't know if you could see that. So table of contents, not a whole lot in this edition or in this text block. Explanation of features. Well, before that, the preface, explanation of features, the books of the Bible, a table of weights and measures, a concordance, and then illustration and maps in the back. Now here is why, another reason why I really love this text block, or why this becomes close to the one. So in addition to the form factor, this is double column. And I have learned throughout my journey in premium Bibles that I really do prefer double column. And not verse by verse, but double column paragraph format. And I prefer the cross references and the footnotes to be out of the way. So this here in this corner are the cross references. Here are the footnotes down here at the bottom. So here we are in the Psalms, and you can see the way the poetry is done. Nice poetic layout. The font size for this text block is 10.5, which is absolutely perfect. And this goes into the why I love this text block so much. Because it's not so big as a Skylar, which uses 11-point font, which I think is too big if I'm reading really close, or if I'm just sitting with this on my lap. But 10 to 10.5 seems to be, for me anyway, the perfect font size. Another great thing about this text block, which I really love, is that it is not red letter text, which means the words of Jesus are not in red, but they're in black. And that's really advantageous, at least for me, because I like to highlight things. I like to highlight verses or sentences or passages. And if it's red letter, it's hard to highlight. So we are here in Matthew chapter 5, and this is the Sermon on the Mount. And typically in a red letter text Bible, this would all be red. Another great thing that I love about this text block is the concordance. Now also on the back, which is not a big deal, is maps and illustrations. So let me show you the maps. These are pretty typical of Crossway text blocks. So the world of the patriarchs, the Exodus from Egypt, the 12 tribes of Israel, Israel under Saul, David, and Solomon. And look at this illustration. This is great. This is Jerusalem in the time of Jesus. And then more maps. Palestine in the time of Jesus, Paul's first and second missionary journey. And then the last map is Paul's third missionary journey and his voyage to Rome. And then blank pages in the back. So let me do a comparison of this Omega to text blocks that have the same exact layout, but a little bit different format. So this is the Truth for Life edition that you can get for $35. And it comes in this top grain cowhide, which is nice and soft. But, well, let me show you. It's the same, almost practically the same thickness as the Horween. Let me show you a difference between these two text blocks, because same exact layout, and it says on the block that, or on the box, that this Truth for Life edition has a 10.5-point font size, but it looks bigger to me. So that's the Omega, and then here is the Truth for Life edition. Really close, but just looking at it, the Omega looks much smaller, the font size anyway. This is the goatskin Omega. You can tell I really love the Omega. This is the goatskin edition of the Omega, and same exact thickness. The goatskin is just a little bit smaller. I mean, negligibly smaller, but pretty much the same. So you can see that the goatskin is pebbly. It is not smooth. It's got a little bit of smoothness, but has some texture to it. Very pebbly goatskin grain there in comparison to the Horween Omega, which is much smoother. This one is the 2011 text block, this goatskin. You could tell how much I love this Omega text block. Let me do another comparison and tell you why this Omega in the Horween might be the one. 98% sure this might be the ESV the one. In a previous video, I had said that this Skylar Quintel, ESV Skylar Quintel in the full yap in the marble mahogany cowhide was the one. I thought this was it. But then I started using it and it felt cumbersome just walking around with it. And I used this for about 6-7 months. Read through this twice, beautiful text block. But here's the thing, it's really the size. It always comes down to the size. So this, with the leather, is over 10.25 inches by 6.75 inches, and then the thickness is almost 1.5 inches, which is not really a big deal, right? If I'm just bringing this in my, putting this in my backpack or carrying around, it's not a big deal until I purchased this one, and then I started walking around the house with this and just realizing, wow, night and day. Just even the weight of this Omega versus the weight of this Quintel. Maybe I'm a wimp, but this Omega is so much lighter, so much more portable than the Quintel. This definitely is a desk Bible. So I wanted to do this video basically to just gush over this ESV Horween Omega. This Horween leather feels great to the touch. It feels soft. And I think the more that I use it, the more it'll break in, the more it'll be really flexible. And what I'm hoping is a patina or something here where this doesn't look so shiny and perfect, but it'll look more beautiful as it ages because of scratches and the way that the leather is going to age. So I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, I just wanted to just gush, just absolutely gush over this text block, because to me this is the most perfect, just most beautiful text block I have ever seen. And if this is not the one, this is as close as it gets to the one for me. Crossway, this is an excellent, excellent edition of the ESV. Anyway, if you don't have one of these, get yourself one. Crossway, you knocked it out of the park. You did a great job with this. Crossway, great job.